Hello, hello, hello. Good morning. Welcome to the Coffee Run Live with moi. So I don't know who ordered the cold freaking weather or who decided that they wanted winter back because for whatever reason they really missed it, because I don't understand you. I am not happy with you, whoever you are. Not a happy at Canberra. It is freaking freezing here today and I'm all hooded up again. It's a little bit ridiculous. Not only is the sky leaking, my eyeball is leaking. So these beautiful lashes that I had put back on Saturday, one eye is like, it's actually really quite sore and not very good. So anywho, welcome to Monday. That's all my complaining out of the way. And here's to a rocking day. What I wanted to talk with you about though today is a little bit about fear. I wanted to talk about bears. What else did I want to talk about? There was something else I popped in here. Comfort zones. And I suppose what's really interesting, I wanted to be really transparent with you guys and share some of the reality of what goes on in this world of building your business, right? So as you guys would be aware, because you are very, very clever, we've got Let's Launch It is starting today at 12 o'clock actually, just trying to get my phone on charge. There we go. Starting at 12 o'clock actually, and I have not got anywhere near the number of people in there as what I had thought or what I'd expected, which is number one, really annoying. Number two, feels actually a little bit embarrassing. And number three, has made me really kind of think about things, so I really come at this kind of thing from a real place of curiosity. One of the conversations I've had via Voxer actually this morning has been around making sure that we're always trusting that what we're doing, what we're saying, what we're launching, what we're putting out there is absolutely the right thing. Now, this has happened earlier on this year as well, where I launched some stuff. I launched a program. I had barely anybody buy it. The next thing that I bought though went the next thing I launched went off like a frog in a sock. So that was okay. But it was this really interesting kind of thing where it's like, what's going on here? I was chatting with a client this morning on our 6 a.m. call, and I said, I was talking a little bit about it, and I said, it makes me kind of curious as to why Let's Launch It maybe hasn't gone as big as what I would like or as what I would have expected. I don't like talking about it with you guys. It's something that I find quite awkward. I find it very uncomfortable, but I also know that there is a whole ton of bullshit out there where, a bunch of people will say, well, you just got to launch this and it'll sell like hotcakes and this, that, and the other. Some of your launches, some of the things that you put out there won't work. They won't sell. They will suck. In your mind, they'll suck. But in the minds of other people who are watching and listening, it could be the thing that has them actually looking at you, right? It could be the thing that has them saying, yeah, you know what, this thing is not quite the right thing, but I know that I'm going to keep watching because the next thing that they do could be really right up my alley. Could be the exact right thing that I need to do with that person, right? So one of the pieces of advice that I often give is make sure that you're always trusting in what you're putting out there, that you make the right decisions, that you're making the right choices, that you're doing the things that you know are like the best and the right thing. And that was what I kept coming back with Let's Launch It. But what kind of got me thinking a little bit more about it, and I was chatting with the fabulous Tess this morning actually about this, and I said, I think what's really curious is this whole year I've been talking about content messaging, being on track, being on point. It's all like, it's a lot of it has been about, obviously being visible, everything is about being visible. But a big part of all of this has been around you creating this strong foundation so that when you go out there and you do start promoting your stuff, when you go out there and you start putting your things out there, that people are aware of, number one, of who the heck you are, number two, what it is that you do, number three, your messaging is really, really consistent across the board, right? That's a huge part of my whole messaging. So with Let's Launch It, what I've realized, hey, Jessica, is that instead of talking into, hey guys, let's lay the foundations, let's get your content prepped, I've kind of really positioned this as like, all right, guys, playtime's over. It's time for you to now get yourself out there. It is time for you to get out of your comfort zone. That course you've been having, that course, that program, that event, that thing that you've got rolling around in the back of your head, now is the time for you to put it out there. And I know that for a lot of people, that sparks a whole bunch of fear, right? A whole bunch of like, oh my God, but what if no one buys? What if this happens? What if this happens? What if this happens? So the other thing that we were talking about this morning was about, people, I guess like people not necessarily responding in the way that we think that they will. People not maybe doing things in the way that they think that we think that they should, or the way that we think that they will. So one of the things that came up was around how scary it can be to do a live stream, right? Some people find it really scary. And these days, I'm like, what I find scary is if I've got like a big tear rolling down my face because my eye won't stop leaking. That's annoying. But, I'm not afraid of going on live anymore. And I know a lot of you will get out there and do it and do the things that need to be done, right? It's just part of who you are and what you'll do. But so many people are like, oh my God, I can't go out there live because, you've got all these fears around, what will I say? How do I know that I'm on message? What if people don't listen? And I think one of the really interesting things that I haven't thought about for a really, really long time was this fear around nobody actually showing up live while you're live. And there's this whole thing about that, right? Now, I know for me, when I'm doing my lives and I see people on, it's like, yay, this is really great. And when it drops, sometimes it drops down to 0 live viewers. I'm like, holy shit, what did I say? But I just keep going. I just keep delivering. I keep talking as if there's like 20 people on, 10 people on, 100 people on. My delivery is always the same. Hey, Carmen. So the thing that we do is like the show must go on, right? You keep doing the things that you do. You keep saying the things that you need to say. You keep showing up. You keep sharing the message throughout that time. Now with your lives, there might not be anybody that shows up, you guys. The algorithm within Facebook changes all the freaking time and we can't control it. The only thing that we can do is control your consistency around the way that you show up. We can only control your clarity of message. We can only control your delivery. We can only control you going into your Facebook app, clicking go live and delivering and saying what needs to be done. We can't be worried about what might happen on the other side, right? We can't worry about, well, what if nobody shows up? Because I guess the underlying fear around that is that, well, if nobody shows up, then my message must be wrong. If no one shows up, I'm not important. If no one shows up, no one's going to listen. If no one shows up, no one's going to buy. Now, the thing is that nobody might show up while you're on their live. But when you've done it and it sits there in your Facebook page for people to be able to consume later, you can go and email it out. You can go share it across all of the other platforms. You've already created some of your own intellectual property, right? Now you can rally the troops, so to speak. You can say, hey, you guys, I'm really new to doing live streams. I really love your encouragement. And some people will come on and they will cheer you and they'll high five and they'll do the love hearts and they'll do the likes and all of that kind of thing that we all love. But other times they might not. You might not always have live viewers. You might not always have those interactions. So the thing that you've got to come back to is really trusting that what you're doing is hitting the mark, right? You've got to trust that what you're doing is hitting the audience where it is, that where it is that they need to hear it, right? But we can't control when someone's going to hear us. We can't control when someone's going to go, now I get it. Yeah, okay, cool. We can't control, like with your launching, we can only put it out there for people and we can't control who's going to buy or who's not going to buy, but we can't get hung up on the outcome, you guys. And the only way that we can do that is by trusting that we make the right decisions, trusting that we're on point, we're on message, and we're doing the things that need to be done. Because the thing that happens is we've got this snowball effect, right? So when you have a snowball and you're pushing it down a hill and it gathers more snow and it gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, this is what momentum's like, right? So, and this is actually what cash flow is like as well. So we start small and we keep consistent, and we just give it a little bit of a push, a little bit of momentum, and it keeps picking up new things. And then, you know, as we go along, our message gains momentum, our audience grows, our clarity grows, our confidence grows, the people who are listening grow. So there's all of that. And the other thing that I really want to remind you of is around this whole topic around engagement. Now, visible engagement is a vanity metric. So if you're looking for the likes, if you're looking for the love hearts, you know, I really love the shit out of it when you guys do the little emoticons, you know, when you're like, yes, heart, 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 heart. I don't know why I did that in that voice. When you press the hearts, or when you press the thumbs up, and, you know, or if you're laughing at something that I've said, you know, I can't obviously see you. So those little reactions really, you know, they help me. But I'm still going to say the same things, and I'm still going to do the same things, and I still have that same belief that in your heads, whether you're clicking that love heart, that thumbs up or whatever, that in your heads you're still like, yep, I'm with you, I'm with you, I'm with you. Some people I know are in the bathroom while you're listening to me. I know some of you are on the way to do the school run. I know some of you are lying in bed. You know, I know that not everybody is in the position to necessarily visibly engage. And some of you, I know, you don't want your friends and colleagues to see who it is that you're watching and what it is that you're doing online, right? Friends, colleagues, families, partners, whoever. So a lot of you will just be like, no, I'm not going to visibly engage, but I'm with you. I do this all the time. You know, I don't need, number one, I don't want to get served up the ads either for some of the things. But number two, I'm like, I don't always click like or comment and engage on different people's stuff, because I know that, you know, not because, well, I don't need everybody knowing who I follow, right? And then sometimes I'm like, fuck it, you know, who cares? So there is this mindset that I really want you to shift. And that is all about getting out of your comfort zone. It's about going, all right, well, if this is what the market is really looking for, then I'm going to show up and give the people, give the platforms, give the audiences what it is that they want and they need from me, right? So getting out of your comfort zone, maintaining that consistency and holding that trust that regardless of what the outcome is, so regardless of how many people buy, regardless of how many click, like, comment, share, whatever, that you know that you are putting the right message out there at the right time, for the right reason, for the right people. And maybe, just maybe, that thing that you're launching, that you're putting out there right now might not be the right thing, but it might be the exact thing that whets the appetite of that person, that next person, or that same person that's going to come along and go, oh, you know, that thing wasn't right for me, but this next thing that you launch, that is bang on. You know, shut up and take my money. I am so totally in. So that is that for today. Comfort zones, fear. You're not going to get eaten by a bear if you go into a live stream either, right? Just saying. You might want to practice recording some blogs so that you've got your stories down pat, you've got a little bit more rhythm and cadence there and things like that, if that makes it easier for you. But there will come a time where, in my opinion, where you're going to have to give the platforms what it is that they want. Otherwise, unfortunately, you're just going to keep on being invisible, and that's like sacrilege. Like, that just sucks, right? So that's my little thing on that. What else did I want to say to you today? Oh, if you need to be in Let's Launch It, we're rolling out in half an hour. So make sure you jump in. It is nicolamoras.com.au/launch it. That would be fun to see you in there, where we're talking about all of these, like the psychology of launching and everything else. And the most awesomest thing is, it is my birthday month. Not only is it Christmas, it is also my birthday month. So keep your eyes out this afternoon. I'm just going to be drafting out some red hot, kick-ass, fucking amazing offers that you are not going to want to pass up on. So I'll put those out for you later on today. I might drip feed them. I haven't decided. Hey, Amanda, I haven't decided yet how I'm going to launch them out there, but you are going to love the shit out of them. I know there is one thing that, my birthday's 12/12. So there is one offer where I'm going to do a 2-for-1 type scenario, which is going to rock your world if you're the kind of person that really, really thrives in being in the room, and you're looking for a bit of a retreat type thing, then keep your eyes out on that, because that's going to be really cool. So there's some different bundles, different specials, different things that I've got coming out for birthday month. So keep your eyes out for that. Otherwise, get out there, go help some people, have a whole ton of fun doing it. My name is Nicola Moras, and I will see you tomorrow. All right, bye. The world is ready for your brand of awesome. Get out there and give it to them. See ya.